What is up, everybody? It's Cody with Blood Money MMA Bets, and I'm back with another full card breakdown. This is for UFC Atlantic City, Fiorot versus Blanchfield. It's a pretty good card. It's a very hard card to bet, especially from a money line standpoint, in my opinion. It's got some pretty good over-unders, but man, these money lines are pretty tough, and the lines are tough. But it's still going to be a good card. It's going to be a live card, so at least we'll get some fan action. Got a couple buddies going to it. Shout out Chronic Combat Conversations. I know they'll be there. But everybody, man, please hit that like button. Leave a comment, help my algorithm out. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't. That way you'll get my videos as soon as they come out. If you want to get my bets when I post them right away, I post them on Instagram and Twitter. Same thing, Blood Money MMA Bets. And if you want to get my early bets, beat line movement with me, get my 10 best bets in order of confidence, get my layer cake parlay. It's going to be in the layer cake Patreon. That's $10 a month. And like I said, that's where you're going to get all my early bets. You're going to get all my extra content. We beat enough line movement in there each week to pay for it for months and months at a time. But if you just want to support my channel, appreciate the work I put in, the videos, the tape study, all that, and you just want to support my channel, man, that'll work too. I'll really appreciate it. Facemeetfist.com. The link's in the description. All these links are in the description, Instagram, X, all that stuff. But if you want to check out some Blood Money MMA Bets gear, you're going to get it at Blood Money or at facemeetfist.com under sponsors. The link will take you right there. And that's another way if you want to help support my channel, man, that you can do it. And there's a lot of other good clothing there. Face Meet Fist has a ton of cool stuff. The dude's awesome. Supports a lot of people in the MMA community. So we really appreciate it. And then also, if you want to get into my underdog giveaway, with the 5 autograph cards, get it. My underdog fantasy link is below. You'll have to be a first-time depositor. You deposit as low as $10. You'll get 100% match, and then you'll get added into my giveaway. I'll be posting that on Twitter and Instagram. But it's a Hamza Chimaev graded rookie or graded autograph card. Shavkat Rakhmonov autograph. Tom Aspinall autograph rookie. A whole bunch of cool stuff. So if you want to check all that stuff out, it's there. But before I'm going to do a quick recap, of UFC, Vegas 89, and then we'll get right into this UFC Atlantic City card. UFC Vegas 89, I went 3-4 on my bets. Yes, I had 7 bets like a dummy. 3-4 for minus 3.3 units. If I would have just kept the first 5 bets I posted on my Patreon, as I always do, I would have won 1.6 units. And instead, I guess I got greedy. I thought I knew the card. I don't know. But yeah, I put in them 2 extra bets and I lost both of them extra bets. 3 winning bets was Mick Parkins, man, plus 2 units. That was a good fight, good heavyweight fight. Second winning bet, Jarno Aarons at plus 180. I got plus 3.6 units on that. That was an excellent read and bet. And then Fernando Padilla plus 2 units, and he looked amazing in that fight. He was just so much more technical of a fighter, dude. He's more dangerous. Losing bets, man. Kurt Hollaball minus 2.5 units on that. And yeah, man, that was a tough one. Trey's good. Trey dominated in the whole time. Cody Gibson lost 3.1 units on that. And Miles John's cardio held up. So shout out to him, man. He's improved a lot of parts of his game that I thought weren't there, and he got the win. Billy Quarantillo, third losing bet, minus 2.9 units. And sheesh, man, he got smoked. Yusuf Salau looked great, man. He was just way faster. Seemed to be the better fighter, And the fourth losing bet was Edmund Shabazian versus Dobson over 2.5. And it was looking okay until, Dobson got knocked out later in that first round. But, yeah, man, I added the Edmund over and I added the Kurt Hollaball, about 5 days after I posted the other bets. No excuses. I added them. I thought I was going to win it. Maybe got a little greedy. Maybe just thought I was too smart. One or the other, but it never pays off. So minus 3.3 units on that one. It brings my 2024 record to 26-23 for minus 6.95 units, man. Yeah, I'm going to get that back. I'm going to tighten it up just like I did. I'll go on another 5-week win streak, and I'm going to get another 25 unit run like I had last time, and we'll get all that back and more. And that brings my overall record to 323 and 236 for plus 111.2 units. So I'm still killing it, but I am not happy. I hate giving the bookies their money back. And every time that I give the bookies their money back, I end up getting it back big the next week because, they should never take their money back. But this is going to be a good card. Let's get right into this card, though. Like I said, decent betting spots on this card, but it's tough to call. So first fight that I have on my docket is going to be Aslan versus Anton Turkalj, and this is a rematch. Ebo lost the first fight. He was submitted in the second round, but he is 12-1, currently sitting at -110, 27 years old, 6'3", with the 77.5-inch reach. Anton Turkalj is 8-3, 27 years old, 6'4", with the 78-inch reach. And Ebo, man, he is a big dude. He throws hammers on the feet, constantly looking for the knockout. He's knocked out all 12 of his wins. He has good wrestling too. Even in the first fight against Anton in the first round, he was stopping all Anton's takedowns. He landed his own takedowns. He hurt Anton a couple times. And then in the second round, man, he came out and he was gassed to start the fight. But if you watch him fight all of his other fights, he's got some lower level wins, but he knocks them dudes out. You see him get his win on the Contender Series against Paulo Renato Jr. by knockout. And that's what he does. Like I said, 12 wins, 12 knockouts, most of them in the first round. Anton Turkalj, he's 8-3. He's 0-3 in the UFC so far. His last fight, he got knocked out by Tyson Pedro, looked okay against Victor Petrino in the fight before that, and then got dominated by Jailton Almeida. But he's a well-rounded fighter. He's got decent striking, decent punches, decent clinch, pretty good wrestling, and pretty good jiu-jitsu. This is just a tough fight to call here. But I'm going with Ebo, and I'm going to get Ebo to win the rematch. I actually think he knocks out Anton Turkalj here. This is the difference. It's been about 3 years since their last fight, and I just think that Ebo, he looked way more calm on the Contender Series where he took his time, landed the bigger shots. And if he comes in here calm, takes his time, lands the bigger shots, stops the crazy wrestling attempts of Anton, and just takes his time and hits him with big shots, he's going to get him out of here. But it's hard to have any confidence in that fight. But give me Ebo, give me him by knockout to get his 13th knockout. Next fight, so in the women's flyweight division, we got Melissa Gatto versus Viktoriia Dudakova. Melissa Gatto's 8-2-2, currently sitting at -160, 28 years old, 5'5", with the 69-inch reach. Viktoriia is currently sitting at +130, 25 years old, 5'5", with the 67-inch reach. Melissa Gatto's pretty well-rounded. She's got long kickboxing, decent punches, pretty good kicks, man. You've seen her kick Sajara Eubanks in the gut, was able to get her out of there with the body kick. But she's got decent wrestling, and she's got really good jiu-jitsu. She's got really good submissions. Viktoriia, we seen in her last fight against Jinyu Frey, man, that she's got pretty good striking, but her wrestling isn't as good as we thought. She doesn't have the best wrestling. She doesn't have the best get-up game, as Jinyu Frey was able to take her down and control her for a big part of that first round. But she does have good striking. It's definitely improving from fight to fight. She looks just like Anton Shevchenko, Valentina Shevchenko. So, man, this is going to be a really good fight. But I got to favor Gatto because I think where the striking is going to be pretty even, I think the Gatto is going to have the advantage on the ground. I won't be betting it, but give me Melissa Gatto and give me her by decision. Next fight is in the men's bantamweight division. We got Angel Pacheco versus Caolan Loughran. Pacheco's 7-2, 32 years old, 5'8", with the 70-inch reach. Loughran is 8-1, 27 years old, 5'6", with the 68-inch reach. Pacheco, man, we've seen him on the Contender Series against Danny Silva. This dude's an excellent boxer. He's very tough. He throws tons of combos. He works the body really well, but he's also very hittable. He can get hurt a whole bunch, and it's kind of one-dimensional. Loughran, on the other hand, he's got good boxing. He's kind of stiff, but he throws heat. He's got good power in both hands. He's got good leg kicks. He's got good wrestling, good clinch, and he's got excellent cardio and ground and pound. I got Loughran here all the way. I think that he's able to strike with Pacheco on the feet, and I think he's going to dominate in the grappling, to be honest, and use that cardio as a weapon and just constantly ground Pacheco and beat him up. So give me Loughran. I'm going to take it by decision because Pacheco does seem pretty durable and tough, but you never know. He could get him out of there on the ground. Next fight is in the men's featherweight division. We have Connor Matthews versus Dennis Buzukja, and I'm not really sure where this went. Okay, well, it's not on here. Oh, there it is. My bad. All right. Connor Matthews versus Dennis Buzukja. Connor Matthews is 7-1, 31 years old, 5'8", with the 71-inch reach. Dennis is 11-4, 26 years old, 5'9", with the 75-inch reach, 70.5-inch reach. And it's crazy. Both of these guys are pretty much like the same kind of fighter, man. They're kind of sloppy. They both have decent boxing. They both have decent wrestling. They both have decent jiu-jitsu, and they're both pretty hittable. I don't really trust either one of these guys. I'm going to go with Buzukja because he has the way better experience. He has really good cardio. Matthews has pretty good cardio, but Buzukja has really good cardio. I don't see Matthews getting Buzukja out of there like Emmers did. And I just see Buzukja being a little bit better everywhere. So I'm going to pick Buzukja, but I'm not betting that. I'm going to stay away from that fight because both of them guys are pretty untrustworthy, in my opinion, at this point. Next fight is in the men's featherweight division. We got Julio Arce versus Herbert Burns. Julio Arce is 18-6, currently sitting at like minus 500, 34 years old, 5'7" with the 70-inch reach. Herbert Burns is 11-4, 36 years old, 5'9" with the 74-inch reach. So you see Burns is 2 inches taller with 4 inches of reach. Julio Arce is a very well-rounded fighter. He's got really good kickboxing. Excellent punches. He's got good kicks. You see him kick Julian Erosa in the head in the 3rd round, get him out of there. Good takedown defense he showed against Montel Griffin. He's got pretty good power in his hands and good wrestling and jiu-jitsu himself. Herbert Burns has okay striking. He has really good knees, as you've seen him knock out Nate Landwehr with. But other than that, he's pretty uncomfortable on his feet. He really wants to get this fight to the ground like his brother Gilbert. And he has pretty good wrestling, and he has excellent jiu-jitsu. He's very dangerous on the ground when he gets guys there. But the problem is he only has a round or a round and a half of cardio before he gasses out and then pretty much just gets beat up like he did against Bill Algeo. He did against Daniel Pineda, a lot of different guys. So this fight's actually very, very tough, man. Like Julio Arce is going to need to keep this fight standing the whole time. And it's kind of tough because he's, going to be a lot smaller than Herbert Burns. And I think Herbert Burns can get this to the ground at some points. I just don't know if he's going to be able to get the submission. I can't count on it. So I'm going to take I'm going to take Julio Arce. I'm going to say he's able to knock Burns out later in that 2nd or 3rd round, but I wouldn't bet that. I wouldn't put him in my lineups because Herbert Burns is good on the ground, dude. And it's not like Julio Arce is some legit ground fighter and this and that. He's just like pretty good everywhere. So say Herbert Burns can't take this dude to the ground itself. It's crazy. So give me Burns. Give me Arce, but I'm not that confident in it, to be honest. Next fight's in the men's featherweight division. We got Nate the Train Landwehr versus Jamall Emmers. Nate Landwehr, 17-5, 35 years old, 5'9" with a 70.5-inch reach. Jamall Emmers is 20-7, 34 years old, 5'10" with the 74-inch reach. So you see Emmers is going to be 1 inch taller with 3.5 inches of reach. Nate the Train's a great fighter, man. This guy has great cardio, great toughness, great forward pressure, good kicks, front kicks. He's got good boxing, pretty good power. That's his only downfall is that he's not that powerful, man. But he is a good, well-rounded fighter, and he's a junkyard dog, and he's got a good tank, and he's just well-rounded and tough. Jamall Emmers, though, is the same thing. He's not as much of a junkyard dog, but he's a dog. But he's just good everywhere. He's got good boxing with power. He's going to have more power than Landwehr in the boxing. He's got good kicks, better kicks than Landwehr, up the middle, leg kicks, all that. I think he's going to have the better wrestling here. He can keep up with the cardio. I think Emmers is going to be better everywhere, just a little bit in this fight, better everywhere. So I'm going with Emmers. I think Emmers gets the decision here, but I think maybe he could hurt Landwehr once or twice because Landwehr is very hittable, but he keeps coming and coming and coming. So give me Jamall Emmers to get the win over Nate Landwehr in a very good fight. And another good fight is right here in the men's featherweight division. We got Bill Algeo versus Kyle Nelson. Bill Algeo is 18-7, 34 years old, 6 foot with the 73-inch reach. Kyle Nelson's 15-5-1, 5'11" with the 71-inch reach. He's 32 years old, so he's two years younger. And Algeo's going to have 1 inch of height and 2 inches of reach. Algeo, man, is a great fighter. Like he switches stance. He's got great switch stance kickboxing. He's throwing kicks from far away, man. He's throwing them to the head, to the leg, long, straight punches, has pretty good power, pretty good pop. Not the best takedown defense, but a really, really, really good get-up game. Kyle Nelson, he's got good boxing. He's got a good leg kick. He reminds me of Trey Ogden without the Nurmagomedov wrestling and top control like Ogden has, because Nelson will get you to slow the fight down to his pace by hitting you with that jab, hitting you with the jab and the leg kick. He stays very defensively sound with the striking, and then he comes over the top with them overhand rights like he did to Padilla and would hurt him, man, and really got Padilla to be gun shy in his last fight against him. This is a very, very, very good fight right here, man, between two veterans of the game. I'm actually going to side with Kyle Nelson here. I think that Kyle Nelson can use his leg kicks and power punches to keep Algeo off him. We've seen Algeo, he's had some losses in the UFC to like Lamas. These guys wrestled him. But I think Kyle Nelson might be able to mix in a little bit of wrestling here because Algeo's takedown defense is terrible, but he's got a good get-up game. Like I said, Nelson can let Algeo kick at him block all that, hit him with powerful leg kicks, hit him with the boxing, keep him honest there, and then keep up a pace with him. And I think that he can beat Bill Algeo as a big underdog. Not that confident in it. I really do like both of these guys, but give me Kyle Nelson as an underdog, man. But not too sure about that, you know. Next fight is in the men's middleweight division. We got Chidi and Njokuani versus Rhys McKee. Chidi's 22 and 10. 35 years old, 6'3" with the 80-inch reach. McKee's 13-5-1, 28 years old, 6'2" with the 78-inch reach. And Tapology, yeah, they had this at welterweight, but now they got it down, or middleweight, but now they got it a welterweight. So Chidi is actually moving down to welterweight to fight Rhys here at, 35 years old, which is kind of a crazy move. Chidi's got crazy Muay Thai, man. He's got excellent elbows, knees, straight punches. You've seen him knock out Andre Barriault with the straight punches. You've seen him hurt Rodriguez with the knee to the face. Very, very explosive. He has okay offensive and defensive wrestling and kind of bad jiu-jitsu, even though he's a black belt. But, he's got bad cardio, and he's got even worse heart. Rhys McKee's, this dude is tough, man. He can take a beating. He hasn't never won a fight in the UFC, but he's took a beating from Morono, Angelusa, and Hamzat. And he's got good kickboxing. He's got pretty good boxing, pretty good kicks. Terrible takedown defense, but he's very, very, very hittable. And that's what I don't like about him in this fight. I think both these guys are going to match up pretty good at 170, and I think Rhys McKee is definitely usually very durable. But I'm going to go with Chidi here. I'm going to say that Rhys McKee is too easy to hit, and he's just been fighting dudes like Morono and Angelusa who don't really knock dudes out. I think Chidi's going to catch him early and knock him out at some point in that first round. But I have no faith in it. I would never bet Chidi at anything, man. I would never bet Chidi at anything. He has that little bit of quit in him, man. And it's just is what it is. Next fight is in the men's welterweight or men's middleweight division. We got Andre Petroski versus Jacob Malkoun. Andre Petroski is 10-2, 32 years old, 6 foot with the 73-inch reach. Jacob Malkoun is 7-3, 28 years old, 5'9" with the 73-inch reach. And this is going to be a good fight between two grapplers. I favor Petroski striking if they stay standing, but he's got more power. Malkoun's actually got a pretty straight jab. He's had some boxing, some pro boxing experience in Australia earlier in his career. Didn't look like it when he fought Hawes, but it didn't look too bad against Brendan Allen, and they stayed striking for a little bit in that fight. But Petroski has a high-level black belt. He's got excellent front chokes. You've seen this kind of fight when he fought Nick Maximov, and he was able to get that anaconda choke. That's like his best choke, man. But he's good on the ground. He's got good scrambles, good wrestling. Jacob Malkoun, same thing, good straight boxing. Throws a little bit of volume, but he's going to want to get the fight to the ground. He's got great wrestling and chain wrestling, man. He gets a single leg, and he does not let that go. He gets you down. He has excellent jiu-jitsu. You've seen in the Brendan Allen fight, he was able to stay safe that whole time. And I kind of favor Allen's jiu-jitsu over Petroski's, even though Allen's more of like take your back and choke you out, where Petroski's got the front chokes. So that kind of worries me in this fight. I'm taking Jacob Malkoun here because I like his cardio. I think he's going to actually have the better offensive wrestling, but I'd probably stay away from this fight because, man, he could easily get front choked by Petroski at some point in this fight, especially early on. So give me Jacob Malkoun, but probably won't be betting it, even though I want to because, man, Petroski's dangerous, and we've seen this against Maximov. So next fight is in the men's middleweight division. We have Nursulton Ruziboev versus Sedriques Dumas. And this is going to be a wild fight, man. Nursulton is 33, 8-2, 30 years old, 6'5" with the reach unavailable. Dumas is 9-1, 28 years old, 6'2" with the 79-inch reach. So you see Nursulton's going to have a high, be 3 inches taller, but I can't imagine that his reach is going to be much longer than 79 inches. Nursulton, man, I don't know what to say about this guy. He's fought very, very, very low-level guys, but he's looked pretty good in the wins, like finishing them. But, like, I'm not that high on his striking. I know he knocked out Ferreira in the last fight, but Ferreira threw a naked leg kick, and he just hit him with the straight right down the middle and was able to drop him and finish him. It was just kind of a lazy thing by Ferreira. But on the regional scene that I've seen him fight, I wasn't that impressed with his striking. Yeah, I don't think he has any wrestling. I don't think his wrestling is all that good. I know he has a ton of submissions, but that's from people taking him down, man. And like the people he's fighting are not that good. Like besides Bruno Ferreira, he fought a 12-12 guy, that 13-4 guy that he got out of there real early. That guy was okay. This dude right here is okay too. But the rest of the guys, they just weren't that good. 4-4, 8-3, 10-8, 20-25, 18-11, and he lost that fight to an 18-11 guy a couple years ago. It seems like he finishes guys in the first round, or he gets beat by decision. First or early second round, you see first. But then when he's losing, it's by decision. And it seems like every time he's getting out, unless it's against low-level guys. This guy took him to the third round, and he got him out of there from a corner stoppage. And that guy was 26-24. Yeah, man, I know he's dangerous, but I'm just not that impressed with him. The Ferreira fight was nice, but I think that if he doesn't get that knockout, Ferreira was going to work him, man, for real. Dumas, he's looking better every single fight that he has. I mean, he's still not that great, but he does have pretty good striking. Showed great takedown defense and grappling of his own in the last fight over Abu Azaitar. He showed good grappling against Cody Brundage, who we know has got good wrestling and pretty durable. Didn't look that great against Frem, but like even when he got he got guillotined, he was still fighting hard and was just snuck out the back, and then Frem just snuck out the back on him and ended up getting the guillotine. But in this fight, I'm going with the big dog. I'm going with Dumas because I think that he has better striking on the feet, and I think he actually has the wrestling to keep this standing, and I think he can win this fight. As crazy as it sounds, I'm taking Sedriques Dumas. Like I said, I think he has better striking. He could even hurt Ruziboev on the feet, and then I think he has the wrestling to keep this standing where he can win the fight. So give me Dumas, man. Next fight is in the men's middleweight division. We got Bruno Silva versus Chris Weidman. Bruno Silva's 23-10, 34 years old, 6 foot with the 74-inch reach. Chris Weidman's 15-7, 39 years old, 6'2" with the 78-inch reach. Bruno Silva, this is a crazy fight. It's a hard fight to pick because Bruno Silva's got excellent Muay Thai, crazy leg kicks, excellent power in both hands. He hits you with that left, you're going to sleep. But you see he's 1-5 in his last his last 5. And he's fought some really good competition. Chris Weidman coming off of his breaking his leg, having all them surgeries, came back and fought Brad Tavares and did not look that great. But the UFC didn't give him any, gift by coming back to Brad Tavares, who doesn't have the most powerful striking, but he's got some of the best takedown defense in the game. So Chris, it was tough. And he still had a couple little moments in that fight other than eating all them leg kicks. But he's got good wrestling. It's super slow now. He's 40 years old, but he still does have good wrestling. And that's been Bruno's freaking kryptonite. The dude's got wrestled a lot, and then in some of the fights like Andrew Sanchez, Sanchez gassed out and Bruno was able to get the win. But I don't think Chris gasses out. But I just, I can't bet Chris Weidman here. I'm going to say Bruno Silva is able to land the bigger punches, maybe get him out of there. But Weidman's pretty durable. But Weidman could easily wrestle Bruno Silva down and control him for 3 rounds and get this win. So he's going to be a lot bigger. He's 2 inches taller with them 4 inches of reach, and he's going to be by far the better wrestler, where Bruno Silva is a Muay Thai guy. So I'm taking Bruno Silva. This is like last week with the Rosa and Ramos. I think Weidman's probably maybe the better fighter because his striking's pretty good, and then he's got the grappling advantage, but I just can't pick him after everything that's happened. Next fight is in the women's strawweight division. We got Virna Jandiroba versus Lupita Godinez, and this is going to be a pretty good fight between 2 of the top females in the strawweight division. Virna Jandiroba is 19-3, 35 years old, 5'3" with the 64-inch reach. Lupita Godinez is 12-3, 30 years old, 5'2" with the 61-inch reach. And Virna Jandiroba, decent striking. It's serviceable. She's got okay boxing. She dropped Amanda Hebas once, but she's got pretty good wrestling, and then she's got world-class jiu-jitsu, some of the best jiu-jitsu in the division. She needs to get the takedowns. She needs to get on top. You've seen against Marina Rodriguez. You've seen against Angela Hill that she's able to land these takedowns and get on top. She's going to ride it out and either get a submission or get that decision. Lupita Godinez, man, she's got really good striking. She's moving around. She's got pretty good power in her hands. Pretty good offensive wrestling, okay defensive wrestling, and she got good jiu-jitsu herself. She's a very explosive girl. She's up and coming in this division where Virna's been here for a while. She's 35 years old. Lupi's 30 years old. This is going to be a very, very, very good fight, but I'm going with Virna Jandiroba here. I'm going to say that even though she doesn't have the better striking, she's somehow always able to work in her grappling, and she's just so much more proven. And I like her wins over Marina Rodriguez. I don't think Lupi beats Marina. I know Lupi don't beat Angela Hill. I like that win over Hill, and she's fought close with every other girl that she's fought with. So give me the underdog, Virna Jandiroba, but you guys know I ain't into betting girls, so I ain't gonna get around to betting that. But I can't blame people betting Lupi either. Next fight is the co-main event. We got Vicente Luque versus Joaquin Buckley. Vicente Luque is 22-9-1, 32 years old, 5'11" with the 76-inch reach. Buckley 17-6, 29 years old, 5'11 with the 76 or 5'10 with the 76-inch reach. So pretty much everything's the same, man. Vicente Luque has way more high-level fighting experience in the UFC. He's fought Tyron Woodley, Michael Chiesa, Jeff Neal, just everybody, RDA. He's fought a lot of tough guys. He's got good striking. He's got good power in both hands. He's got good clenched knees. He's got good leg kicks. Pretty good wrestling. I mean, we've seen a new better part of his game against RDA with the wrestling. RDA is kind of a smaller welterweight, but he did show good wrestling in that fight, showed great cardio for 5 rounds and good durability. I know he got finished by Jeff Neal, and Jeff Neal was kept throwing that left hand. And that fight was good. Like, Jeff Neal beat the shit out of him in the first round, probably hurt him like 5 times. But the second round, Vicente Luque came back and won. Third round was close, and then Neal hit him with another big shot and got him out of there. First person to ever get him out of there by KO. Njokuani Buckley, man, he's been looking good down here at 170. He's very explosive southpaw striking. He's got good kicks, good punches. You've seen his kick over Mpes Kasagane where he did the spin kick, his kick her around the world. But very explosive, very powerful, pretty good offensive and defensive wrestling, good jiu-jitsu, good cardio, good toughness, man. This is going to be a really good fight. I got to go with Vicente Luque. I got to favor Luque here. I know that he got hurt against Jeff Neal and all that, but like, I don't think Buckley's as good as Jeff Neal. I don't think he actually throws as hard as Jeff Neal with the straight punches right down the pipe. And I don't know if he's going to be able to keep up the same pace that Neal did. And when Vicente wins the second round, if he's going to be able to win the third. So give me Vicente Luque here. I think he's going to have better grappling if it goes to that. But even in the striking, he can land some big shots. But I'm going to stay away from that fight too. It's a very tough fight. Like I said at the beginning of this card, this is a very tough card to bet from a money line perspective. Last fight is in the women's flyweight division. It is the main event. We got Erin Blanchfield versus Manon Fiorot. And I'm going to be honest, I changed my pick on this. Before I went into tape, I thought I wanted to bet somebody, even though I don't bet girls no more. Thought I wanted to bet somebody. I watched tape, and I ended up changing my pick. Erin Blanchfield's 12-1, 24 years old, 5'4" with a 68-inch reach. Manon Fiorot is 11-1. 34 years old, 5'7" with the 67-inch reach. So you see Manon's 10 years older. She's going to be 3 inches taller, and Erin's going to have 2 inches of reach. Erin Blanchfield, suspect striking. She doesn't have the best boxing in the world. She'll throw an okay leg kick. Suspect striking. Like she would never, ever win a striking match with any of these girls if she wasn't allowed to clinch or do any of that. But luckily, this is MMA, and she is. And she does have a very strong clinch against the cage. She works the body with knees, throws some elbows in that clinch, tries to get girls to the ground. She doesn't have the best wrestling either, to be honest. You've seen against Talia Santos, wasn't able to get her to the ground at all. Talia tried to throw her, and she reversed the throw and got on top. And Talia was able to get back up. So it's like concerning, because she doesn't have the best striking, and she doesn't have the best wrestling. But what she does have is a crazy pace, crazy pressure, and she's always trying to grab you, put you up against the cage, and just work on you, man. And that tends to wear on girls. You've seen it wear on Talia Santos last time in a 3-round fight. She has very good pace, very good cardio. She's very tough, and she's got good grappling. Manon Fiorot, she's got good karate striking. This girl's been karate fighting for her whole life, basically. Took a little break when she was younger from like 13 to 18, and then picked it right back up, winning a bunch of titles, doing a bunch of stuff. But she's got really good southpaw striking. She's got good kicks, side kicks to the leg, side kick, lead leg, side kick to the leg, lead leg, side kick to the body. She's got good boxing, nice jab. She's got a good straight left right down the pipe. She's got a good clinch herself with knees, and then she's got pretty good takedown defense. But the one thing I don't like about her, she's not that dangerous, and that's going to be the big thing in this fight for me. That's what the tape showed me on why I switched my pick from Manon, because I don't think that Erin's really going to be able to get her to the ground that much in this fight. And but the thing is like when they are at distance striking, I don't think Manon's going to be able to do enough damage to actually win this fight because she's not that dangerous. So she's not going to hit Blanchfield and drop her and just put all this damage, and then maybe she gets clinched for 2 minutes and maybe a takedown or this or that. She gets taken down. I just think anytime they're at range, like she's and throwing stuff, but it's not hitting hard. And I just don't think, I think all the control time that Blanchfield and the pace that she's going to put on and the possible couple takedowns throughout the fight is just going to be more than the little Haya karate shots that Fiorot's going to land. But this is going to be a super good main event, and it's going to show us a lot about this women's flyweight division, where it's going to be going in the future, because all these girls are about to come start fighting for that title. You know, you got Shevchenko on her way out, and then you got Grasso, and I think all these girls coming up are all on about the same level. So I don't know if we get another girl that just takes over and is dominant for 6-7 years like Shevchenko. But we'll see. This is going to be a super good fight card. I can't wait to see it. We're going to get some money back. I'm cutting out the 7 bets. Obviously, that will probably never happen again. Sticking with my 5. Like I said, because I take all the risk out. I try to get all the risk down. So I'm going to get to the 5. I'm going to go on another 5-week winning streak, and we're going to smoke these bookies. So I appreciate everybody checking this out. Please hit that like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Check me out on Twitter, Instagram. Check out the Patreon if you want to check it out. And good